Hey guys, Dadalorian here, and today we're going to talk about the 5 things that we can definitely expect going into the Mandalorian season 3. So number one, we're going to talk about Grogu and Luke. I think that's definitely a no-brainer, given that where we left off in the end of season 2, we see that Grogu is going off with Luke, and really, I've seen so many people throw out so many theories of like, well, does that mean that Grogu is going to be with Luke in the time of the sequels? And does that mean that Kylo Ren wipes him out? Like, I don't think so. I think it's really what Luke said. The child will never be safe until he learns how to harness his powers. But honestly, I think Grogu will be with Luke for, that however long that takes, for him to really work through his past and, really learn how to, utilize and harness his capabilities as a force user and becoming a Jedi. I don't think that we're going to see that much of Grogu in season 3. I think his appearance would be very minimal. This is just pure speculation. Again, I have no idea. I'm not on set. I'm not one of the writers, but just speculating, I would think that his appearance would be very minimal, and I almost get vibes of like Empire Strikes Back, where he's kind of like put in Luke's position, where he senses something in the Force, where he's like, he's training with Luke, but he senses that Din is in danger and he wants to go and help him. And who better would understand that other than Luke? Because he was in the same predicament with the same species many years ago, So, if anything, I do think, obviously, we're going to see Grogu, but I think it'll be very minimal. And I think when we see him next, he'll be a little different. So, yeah. Next up, one of the things that we can expect in The Mandalorian Season 3 is I definitely see some tension. I foresee some tension and conflict between Bo-Katan and Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. Obviously, Mando has the Darksaber now, and that one thing, that one artifact, gives power, gives dominion, to a Mandalorian to rule as the Mandalore. And that was kind of the center focus for Bo-Katan. And it was orchestrated in a way by Moff Gideon to where it would be given into the hands of Din Djarin. So, obviously, Din doesn't strike me as the guy that's like, all right, now I have the Darksaber, now I got to become the Mandalore. Like, I figure he would probably try to find some clever way of yielding it over to her. But at the same time, maybe he's just kind of stuck with this responsibility, stuck with this power that he really doesn't care that much for. I believe he cares about his heritage and obviously being a Mandalorian, but, the power that comes with that saber, I don't think that was anything that he was looking for. But I think that that's going to make for an interesting conflict, between him and Bo-Katan. And that's something I'm very excited to see. Next up, I think one other thing that we can definitely expect in The Mandalorian Season 3 is something with Cara Dune. Rather it be they're writing her out of the story or they're recasting, for Cara Dune, given, the situation with, Gina Carano no longer portraying the character. You would figure that they would probably recast. I feel like there were plans for her character, potentially, to do something with Rangers in the New Republic, so I would hope they would, continue on with the character. And this one should be a no-brainer. It's all about, the Mandalorian, right? So at some point you would think, yeah, we're probably going to be going to Mandalore or whatever's left of it. So I think, given the situation where Din's in, having the Darksaber and kind of this expected tension, between him and Bo-Katan, I would think, they're probably going to go back to Mandalore at some point, and that'll give us viewers a chance to kind of see, like, what's really left of the place, and is there a chance that they can rebuild, and what does that mean for Din Djarin going forward? And lastly, one other thing I think that we can probably definitely expect in Mando Season 3 is a little more backstory of Moff Gideon. He's the main bad. He's the big bad. He's the villain, of this story, and he carries it so well. But, there's definitely some things that need to get explained. We all, wondered how, did Bo-Katan lose the Darksaber, and why couldn't she accept it from Din Djarin, given, that moment in, Star Wars Rebels when Sabine hands it over to her and she takes it. Obviously there's some written rules somewhere and it just hasn't been explained yet. and that's something that I really want, you know, to be clarified. But also, how did Moff Gideon, you know, end up attaining the Darksaber? What was the battle that took place? And I think kind of getting a little more of his backstory will also explain some things with Bo-Katan as well. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm super pumped for Mando Season 3. You know, the biggest news and leaks right now, all we know is that, you know, production has started. Nonetheless, so we can definitely be excited for that. News that I hear about The Mandalorian Season 3, you can be sure that I will post it here first, so you guys are the first to hear about it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to like this video, leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe for other Star Wars content. If you guys are on TikTok, you can follow me there, same name, Dadalorian. You know, I'm usually in a lot more Beskar, you know, and doing some fun videos over there on the TikTok platform. So be sure to follow me over there. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you for the next video. Bye, guys.